Hi, hello, hello, hello. How's everyone out there? So, we continue with these inspiring interviews to our top 60 master awardees. I got some music here. Getting on the mood, getting on that mood. How is everybody's day going? It's Wednesday, the middle of the week. It's a beautiful day, actually. From here on, it could pick up or go down. For me, it's going to pick up, and I hope it does for you because I'm bringing you a dose of inspiration. And let's stop the music. Today, we have an incredible interview with someone that I've met a long time ago. And it's always inspiring to see the journey of the artist. I met this artist, master artist, when she was a lot younger. Oh my goodness. I'm getting goosebumps to think about it because it was about, I think if I'm not mistaken, 2013 or 14, guys. So it's been about 10 years seeing these incredible women, incredible artists bloom, grow as an artist, grow as a human being. So it's always inspiring for me when I get to introduce it to you and show her work. And without further ado, here she is, Olivia Kapoor. Yay!
Morning. Thank you. Thank you.
How are you, Olivia?
Thank you. Thank you. I hope you're well too.
Yes, yes, absolutely. And feeling older now that I think about it, you know.
Oh my goodness. Like
Your work has evolved, right? Your work. How do you feel like from back then to now? What changes do you feel that have
you know,
happened in your art?
definitely finding my niche for sure has I think it's like a constant evolving, concept, but just also keeping in mind that it's important to be forward thinking as a visionary truly is really important, I think, in the field of interdimensional art for sure. So,
Absolutely. What challenges do you feel that you have faced throughout these years?
you know, I think as far as finding a space that, well, first of all, I think there are certain legendary masters, right? Like when I think of Van Gogh, Salvador Dali, Frida Kahlo, for example, they're my inspiration, not just because of what they're doing on canvas, but also because of their emotional sort of um, challenges and finding that awareness within themselves. I think artists need to really dive into themselves and their personal journey as well as putting it on canvas. So that has been an ongoing sort of, like sometimes when I'm in the mood to paint, great. When I'm not, just being more kind, to oneself is really important, I think. So,
I love that. I love that you said that because as artists, sometimes we're very demanding, right?
yes.
And we just want to produce, and that's very important to share kindness towards ourselves.
Yes.
It's yeah, yeah,
It's a process for sure, and it looks different for everyone. The way I find inspiration from the world around me versus another person, I think artists need to embrace that about each other as well, in different ways.
absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. And take up, you know what, I believe also taking advantage of the moods, right? I was
Yeah.
speaking with an artist yesterday, and she told me that when she's sad, she comes up with incredible paintings, and I think that's good. All
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, definitely. Mood can play such a factor, and I believe in happy accidents as well on the canvas. Like there's no sort of mistake, or everything has a reason, everything has a purpose, whether we can see it within that very finite moment or not. So definitely.
Absolutely. Oh, Kira says, yes, that's too important. Thank you for sharing. Thank you, Kira.
Thank you.
Let me share. I want to share some of Olivia's works, and I took advantage that she has an Etsy shop and went in there because Look at this. I love the vibrancy of your works, everything that's happening in
Thank
it. Can you tell us about this work, for example?
I think just what I like to do, like, first of all, some of my works, they take years to really master, you might say, only because there are times when I can look at a painting and see one set of ideologies, and then maybe over the course of time, I add to it until I feel like, okay, it's worthy of revealing, to the public. But it's just a constant work in progress, and
Mm,
just adding depth and layer and choosing, like, whether it's saturated colors or different motifs I've done over the years. It's really important to just convey that depth of, and really it's like I'm bearing my soul, right? Like that's what it really is to me. So
right.
um it looks different for everyone else, but it's just um it's great. So thank you.
Absolutely. I want to acknowledge some of our comments. They're saying hello from Spain, from
Ah,
Indonesia. Thank you guys. Hello, Spain. Hello, Indonesia. We love you all. Thanks for your feedback to Olivia's work.
thank you.
I'm going to go back here and I hope I can. Are you guys seeing my? Yes, you guys get to see my switching of the screens. There's always something happening, and I believe there's always a message here, right? This talks a lot about, I don't know, the way I see it. I don't know if I'm right, but I can give you my interpretation.
Please.
Like my emotional interpretation of this is like spiritual, like a portal where you're like going deeper and deeper. What do you intend on this one, on this work?
So this one, what makes it so unique to my style is the use of color, specifically not using black to convey depth.
Mm-hmm.
It is definitely like, being in water or just letting go. It's supposed to be like representative of just tranquility and letting go. And the inspiration behind a lot of my paintings is, my grandma. Like, I just remember her floating, God rest her soul, of course, just floating in water and just relaxing and letting go. So that's what I aim to do. Like, a lot of motifs I have include the use of water, spatial awareness, black as a color on the canvas,
Mm-hmm.
well as checkerboard, shadowing. I aim to do it all, and conveying, I think, just something that's not been done before. It is
Mm-hmm.
really challenging, but one thing that I enjoy the most is challenging myself to do some, like, what's the next thing, or what can I do different, or how can I use repeating patterns or different, ideologies, but like really up the ante. So that's what I'm aiming to do. So it's an
Well,
ongoing process. And
it is. And trying to create something that is unique, right? It's very
right.
challenging.
Yes,
Yeah.
definitely. I think also in regards to being an interdimensional artist, being a visionary, I mentioned earlier, being forward thinking. Um, it's it. I think of Van Gogh as well, and how they X-rayed his paintings and found that, like, he would, because he couldn't afford the canvas, he would just paint over paint and imagery. So that's where I kind of got this idea of inspiration of, well, if I just keep adding to my work in a cohesive manner, maybe that will be interesting over the course of time as well. So yeah,
Wow.
thank
What
you.
is your creative process? How is it alive in your studio? Well, how is a day in your studio? What
A
happens
day in
there?
my studio. Well, okay. um, I really believe in taking breaks and walking away from the canvas, like, rather than forcing it. You can't force creativity. Like, it's got to, like, kind of come from within on its own. I know That might sound a little cliche, but that's truly a big part of it. And there are times when um, I have noticed in the past where it ends up being like, oh, okay, this isn't exactly what I had in mind. But again, happy accidents are welcome. Sometimes turning the canvas a different way temporarily and just seeing things from a whole different perspective, or the lighting of that particular time of the day. Like, all these things really do help the artist. And I think artists need to help each other too. Like, I've had experiences where um, I've asked for different insights from other masters in their own right, and maybe that's their way of helping, is just to not give insight or turn you down on a conversation. But I would rather just have a conversation and open up that field of, well, this is what I've learned, and what is your takeaway? So
Right. Wow. That's interesting because I never thought about it of I guess most artists are very secluded, working in the studio, um, and not reaching out to other master artists and asking for feedback. And I think that's very enriching. It's got to be an enriching experience, if
right,
you do get that feedback, right?
right.
Why not, right? Why not take the time and do it?
And it's completely discretionary. Like, creative criticisms, I think, you the stronger you are in your own work, I mean, of
Right.
course, be open to suggestions, but it's like, take it with a grain of salt. If it works for you, great. If it doesn't work for you, that suggestion or that criticism, then it's not resonating with you, and just move on. There's nothing wrong with having open dialogues. So
Yeah. Well, we're getting incredible feedback today from our comments here.
thank you.
G says, great painting, the technique and everything. So we're getting very positive feedback from the audience. So they love your work.
Thank you.
Congrats. Beautiful paintings, great artists. Great paintings. Thank you for your work. I love the colors of her paintings. Beautiful. Congratulations. Thank you guys for your feedback to Olivia's work. Thank you.
Thank
Well,
you.
Olivia, thank you so much for your time. Congratulations on
Thank
the
you.
Top 60 Masters Awards. I'm so honored. Again, I cannot even, I have to open something here so that you would see my heart. Because I'm really honored to see you evolve, to see you grow. I mean, so
Likewise.
incredibly.
Thank you.
Always a fan of your work since the beginning. But it's always great to see you, and it's very inspiring to hear you. So thank you so
Thank
much for what you shared today. Thank
thank
you.
you. Likewise. Thank you.
See you next time.
Yes. Okay.
Bye. Thank you guys for your feedback. Wow, that was very inspiring. A lot of lessons learned there, right? Why not give a feedback to another artist? Why not share what you think, and take what she said, take the critique with a grain of salt. I think that's important. I think we need to appreciate the fact that someone takes their time to give us a feedback. So whatever it is, we should absolutely take it with a grain of salt, and try to find the positive side of it, and not let our egos get on the way. So that would be my feedback to you. Kira says she's a big fan. Thank you, Kira. Thank you so much. Well, thank you guys for your attention today. I hope you are inspired with all this work, all these colors, all these forms. Stay tuned because we have more interviews with the top 60 master artists tomorrow, and stay tuned to the top 60 masters. Is going to be released next Monday. It came out incredible. It's beautiful. Such an incredible selection of master artists from around the globe. And next Saturday, June 22nd, we're gonna have the Master Artists. The Masters Awards. It's quite an incredible experience for anybody that's there. If you're in New York, check out our link in bio because you might still get tickets to attend and get to meet these artists in person. So thank you for tuning in as always. I'm so grateful, so thankful. I hope you have an incredible day, and don't forget to stay